Hello, it's been a minute. Welcome back to Syllable Tutorials. We recently released an exciting new feature called Step Tools, and I'm here to give you guys a walkthrough. Of course, if you're interested in learning more about the Syllable platform, please head over to syllable.ai and consider signing up for a free trial. Also, make sure you check out our tutorials on the YouTube channel, the Syllable YouTube channel. Okay, on to Step Tools. This is our new and updated look at how you can create tools for your agents. Step tools take the complex instructions and break them into a simple checklist. Instead of being overwhelmed by the whole process, your agent only focuses on one task at a time. This makes your AI faster, cheaper, and more accurate. All right, now head over to Tools and create a new tool and select Step Tools and give it a name. Every step tool requires a description, and then for service, selecting default version 1 is fine. And as you can see, there's a lot of new stuff to unpack here. So I highly recommend that you've got our step tools documentation open as well. It might help with the following tutorial. You can find it at docs.syllable.ai. So these boxes are your steps. Think of them as focused micro prompts. These lines are transitions. They're the logic bridges that connects the flow. A little tip, create your destination steps first. You can't really build a bridge to a land that doesn't exist yet, right? I mean, you can, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Or once your steps are built, you can draw the lines between them. You can draw the transitions between them. Now, stay sharp on saving. After editing a step, you must hit Apply Changes to update that specific box. To lock in the entire tool, make sure to hit the main save button at the bottom. If you exit without both, your changes will be discarded and no one wants that. So there are two ways to configure your step tool. You can build these using the form view for a guided user-friendly experience, or switch to JSON if you prefer high-level coded control. Okay, I hope everything has made sense so far. Now we're going to dive into building this step tool out. I'm going to be using the form option to show you all how everything works within all these different fields. And at the end, I'll briefly show you how it looks like using JSON. So, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like traveling to Japan has been all the rage recently. Recently being 3-5 years or something. So let's create a basic Japan Flight Finder tool. Let's set up step 1, the greeting. First, set the goal. Mine is welcome the traveler, and add your instructions. I'm telling my agent to keep it friendly and professional, and then I'll be skipping inputs here because we don't need to collect any data just yet. On to events. Let's visualize this a little bit. Think of every step like a room. To make your agents behave perfectly, you control what it does at the doorway, when it enters or leaves. There are 3 specific moments or events you can use. Enter triggers the moment the agent walks in. It's perfect for greetings or progress updates. Pre-submit, this happens after the agent thinks it has the info, but before the system officially accepts it. This is where you clean up data or fill in missing optional fields. And then submit. This is the final exit. It's only used once the data is validated. This is where you'll save information to memory or trigger external tools. And now, you don't always need all 3, but knowing them gives you total control. Now, if events are the doorways, actions are the chores we give the agent to do at those doorways, or at those doors. There are 6 total actions. I'll put up a table on the screen so you can see which ones work with which events. So for our greeting, I'll choose the enter event and the say action. This tells the agent, the moment you walk into this room, say this message. And this is the message I wanted to say. And then set the role to assistant. Finally, we need a transition, the hallway to the next room. I'll select else and point it to step 2. This keeps the flow moving forward no matter what. Hit apply changes and you've just built your first functional step. Pretty cool. Remember, inputs and events are tools, not requirements. Don't feel like you have to fill out every box. If a step doesn't need a checklist or an automatic announcement, keep it simple. Only add them when you need to enforce a rule or automate a task. Okay, on to step 2. This is where we collect trip logistics. I'm instructing the agent to ask for travel dates and budget preferences. I'm going to be adding 2 inputs, our mandatory checklist. The first is travel dates. We'll set the type to string so the agent can understand flexible dates like next June. While descriptions are technically optional, they are your best tool for keeping the agent on track. Think of descriptions as the context. The second input is priority. This is where the user chooses speed or price. Crucial step here, we must add a submit event with a save action. Without this, the agent will forget the user's choices the second they leave the room. This locks the data into the agent's long-term memory. And then finally, we build our branching hallway. In the transitions, we'll add an if condition. If priority equals speed, the agent heads to direct flights. And for everything else, the else transition automatically guides them to the budget step. Hit apply changes. Next, let's build the direct flights step. Since we aren't connected to a live API, we're going to use mock data to simulate a result. To do this, go to the enter event and choose the set action. This is where we manually give them the answer. For the name, type flight info, and for the value, we'll enter our results. JAL nonstop $1,450. By using set here, we're storing that specific flight into the agent's memory the moment it walks into the room. Then set the transition to your final summary step and hit apply changes. And please save your work. I've actually lost my progress twice while recording this tutorial, so don't make the same mistake I did. Now for the budget step. The setup here is identical to the last one, just with different data. Once again, use the enter event and set action. We're using the exact same key, flight info, but this time we'll change the value to our budget option, zip air with one stop, $620. Because we use the same key in both rooms, our final summary will know exactly where to look for the result, regardless of which path the user took. Point your transition to the final summary and press apply changes. All right, we've made it to the final summary step. This is where the agent brings everything together. I'm instructing the agent to provide a warm, closing, and confirm the itinerary. Go to enter and choose say. Now, look closely at the text. I'm using travel dates, priority, flight info inside those double curly braces. Remember these? Because we saved and set these variables in the previous steps, the agent can now pull them from its memory and speak them out loud. Now, set the role to assistant, hit apply changes, and finally, click that save button at the bottom to create your tool. Congrats! Your first step tool is done. But before we leave, let's check out whether this actually works. And to do that, we need to create a prompt first. So head over to prompts, give it a name, choose your model and provider, and then in the tools, make sure to select your latest and greatest step tool. Now in the prompt fields, you can keep it very simple because our step tool is prepared to do all the heavy lifting. All right, press save. Finally, the agents. Create a name, choose your prompt and time zone, and you are done. Save that. Now you can test it out over chat. Let's see how the agent performs. Yes, I'm ready. You know what? I like my direct flights, so direct flights is what I'm going to choose. And then I think I will go May 7th to 17th, 2026. All right, you can see it popped up that flight, and yeah, that's perfect. Great, it worked. Awesome. Now I did say that I'll show y'all how a step tool would look like using the JSON option. This is perfect if you want to move fast or share your tools with others. I've got a raw JSON config from our docs. I'll copy and paste that right in here, press apply changes, and there you go. You've got a step tool just like that. If you need to edit anything, you can do that within your JSON here or also in the form field. Either way, make sure you validate everything and save your changes. Well, that's it for me. If you made it this far, you're an MVP, man. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now. Build AI agents for every idea.